Hello, Year 10. I'm just going to do a quick video this morning to talk you through the second part of talking about your life online. You're going to have to go to page 37 of the Active Learn textbook, and it carries on from where we left off last week. I'm going to very quickly go through the different tasks that you've got to do today, and I'm also going to include a audio recording on this video so that you can do the listening activity. So the first exercise at the top of page 37 is a presentation exercise. It's good that we start to think a little bit about the speaking exam from now on. And one of the things will be about preparing some answers that you can give to talk about certain subjects. Here, we've got an example of some people talking about what they do online. What I'd like you guys to do is to create a little presentation. Now, to help you, the book has included a little what we call a sentence builder, which helps you to talk through different aspects. On the left-hand side are two different scenarios. So the first one is looking at somebody who's in photography, and they've done it for 2 years. 6 months ago, they created a blog. They then give their opinion about it. And then finally, they give some opinion about, or they give some information about what they're going to do this summer and with who. If you look at it closely, each section of that number one, so from the photograph, it tells, and that matches up with the start of the sentence builder. So you can use the sentence builder line by line to prepare this information. Now, what I would like you to do is once you have prepared it, and you can do this in bullet points, you can do it in rough, it doesn't really matter how, I'd like you to have a go at speaking out loud. If you feel that you're capable enough to do this with some technology, try and record yourself using potentially your phone's video recorder and see if you can upload it to the classroom so I can have a listen. Okay, so this is just about starting some speaking practice so that we're starting to prepare ourselves for next year where we're going to be doing a speaking exam. Being able to give some bits of information on certain topics, you practice them, the more you practice, the more confident you will feel. So in scenario number one, you're going to be talking about someone interested in photography. When you've done that one, have a go at the second one, which is someone who's interested in cinema. If you think you're super confident, have a go then at maybe making up your own one using the sentence builder or even changing it a little bit. Next activity is a listening activity. So in this video, I will insert a audio file so that you can listen and you can answer the questions. This is a straightforward type of question. It's a multiple choice. So it has some starts of sentences, and the end of the sentence, you have to decide which is the correct end of the sentence. So for example, in the first part, Enzo is talking about creating his channel, his YouTube channel. Did he do it with his friends, with his brother, or on his own? You will have to listen out carefully and decide which of those three endings is correct. All you need to do is put a letter down. Of course, it'd be a good idea before you start listening to read through the questions carefully so that you know what everything means, and looking up any extra words. Don't forget, on page 50 of this textbook, you can find the vocabulary that applies to this module. Use that to help you. Have a little go at that. Again, of course, you can pause it and rewind it. See how much you can do without having to pause it. This will be a little challenge for you to try and improve your listening skills, try and see how much information you can pick up without pausing it.
Je m'appelle Enzo. L'an dernier, j'ai créé ma propre chaîne sur YouTube. Ça s'appelle Enzo a testé. Je suis totalement indépendant. C'est moi tout seul. Je teste des objets télécommandés, comme des voitures, pour voir si un modèle est plus rapide qu'un autre, par exemple. Ou bien des hélicoptères, afin de savoir si un modèle est plus simple à utiliser qu'un autre. Plus récemment, j'ai testé des drones. Ils sont beaucoup moins chers qu'avant. J'adore créer des vidéos pour mon site. C'est trop cool. J'aime bien la présentation de Vimeo, mais j'ai tout de même choisi YouTube pour ma chaîne. Je trouve que YouTube est plus pratique que Vimeo, car c'est plus facile d'avoir beaucoup de vues.
Okay, now that you've done that activity, the next one is looking at some grammar. We're looking at changing from the first person to the third person. Now, from your English lessons, you'll know that talking in the first person is when you use the pronoun I. Talking about in the third person is when you're referring to somebody else. So, for example, he or she, or maybe the name of somebody. So in these sentences, what we want you to do is to rewrite the sentences so that they're not in the I form, but they are in the she form. So for example, number one has been done for us. So instead of je suis passionné, I'm passionate about, we're saying she is passionate about. You will need to change the forms. So you'll have to look carefully at what the forms are. If you need some help on this, you might want to look up the forms using a website like wordreference.com, which has got a verb conjugator. Here, for example, if you're talking about my blog, though, just point it at number 5. If it's my blog, you'll have to change it to her blog. So you'll have to think about how that one will change slightly if it's talking about somebody else. The last exercise is talking about a photo. This will be part of your speaking exam, and we'll start looking more and more at photos. The first question is always the same when we're looking at a photo. So the first question is, what's in the photo? And all you have to do is just describe what you can see. So you'll use phrases like il y a, there is, or je peux voir, I can see. Describe what you can see. What you want to do here is try and prepare some answers. And again, you can use your notebook, do it in rough, prepare some bullet points to try and describe and express what's going on. Later on, after you've described, the later questions are asking what you think about certain things. So for example, in this case, we're talking about the internet and looking online. So it's talking about, do you like creating videos? And what do you do on the internet? Have a little go, just practicing, writing down some information and then speaking it out loud. If you can, get somebody maybe to ask you the questions so you can practice under a little bit of pressure. And if you can as well, using the technology, record yourself if you'd like to upload it and I can have a listen to it and give you some feedback. Okay, that's all the work for today. Have a little go at that and I'll be in touch on Wednesday with some next practice exercises. Thanks very much.